Hi, welcome to Open Door Yoga. My name is Michelle, and this yoga class is focused on the hamstrings. You may want to consider having a few props with you today, depending on where you are in your personal yoga practice. We will be coming into a balancing posture today, and so if you would like to have a low support surface, like yoga blocks, or maybe the seat of a sturdy chair or low coffee table, feel free to position that at the front of your mat. We will also be doing some folding while in a seated posture. And so if you're feeling a lot of stiffness or tightness in your low back, even down into your hips and hamstrings, feel free to grab maybe a yoga blanket or any blanket or towel or stack of blankets or towels that you may want to have with you. And you may also want to consider having some type of length for your arms. So I'm going to have that in the form of a yoga strap, but you could use any type of belt or light hand towel, like a kitchen towel or bath towel. So feel free to grab whatever you need, and we're going to get started on our hands and knees. So if you're seated here like me, roll on over into a nice tabletop spine. So wrists are under our elbows, elbows under our shoulders, knees are about under our hip points, toes can be tucked or untucked here to start. And on our next inhale, let's make our way into cow pose. So begin to tilt your tailbone up, and as your belly drops, pull those shoulders back to send your heart space up and forwards. Gaze lifts. Uttanasana cow pose. Exhale, tuck your tailbone, round through your spine, press away from the earth. Crown of your head drops. Marjarayasana cat pose. Now let's move with our breath. So allow your natural inhale to guide you into cow pose so you can feel this widening between your collarbones. And let your exhale guide you into cat pose. And in cat pose, feel that sensation shift to your upper back body. So you feel that stretch between your shoulder blades. Movement for both postures starts at our tailbone, and we work our way slowly up the spine. This is a great spinal warm-up, as well as opening to our chest and upper back. Let's take one more cow pose, one more cat pose wherever you are, and moving at your natural breath pattern today. And as you're ready, we'll all meet back in our tabletop spine. On your next inhale, extend your right leg long. Press the sole of your right foot back towards the right wall. Toes are pointed down towards the ground. So our hips are square here. Full breath in, long spine. Exhale, draw those right toes down to the ground at the back right corner of our mat. We're going to make some rainbows here. So as you're ready, begin to send your right foot up and over to land on the left backside of your mat. So move here, you can move with your breath. Maybe inhales are sending you up to about this halfway point, and exhales are sending you down. Notice that the rest of your body is still. So as your right leg kind of swings from side to side, in a controlled way, of course, using our hamstrings and glute muscles, the rest of our body is still. It's not swinging or swaying. Let's take one more rainbow here, one more over to the left, and one more back to the right. Find that engagement in your core and slowly bring that right knee back under your right hip point. Let's take it to the other side. On your next inhale, send that left leg long. So we have this straight line of energy from the crown of our head to the sole of our left foot. One more full breath in here. And exhale, drop those left toes to the back left corner of the mat. Now let's take those rainbows. So we're sending that whole leg up and over. to keep the rest of your body still and to keep the engagement in our glutes and in our hamstrings. It takes a little bit of core strength. So imagine scooping your belly button up and in. Hold your weight in your core. Let's take one more rainbow to each side. So one more over to the right, and we'll end by coming back to the left. Keep that core engaged. Bring that left knee in. From here, begin to really ground down more through the thumb side, index finger side of your hands. And then let's send our hips back. As we bring them back, roll your triceps in towards the midline and send your heart forward, almost like you're reaching your heart space towards the space between your hands. You can pull your upper arm bones back into your shoulder socket. And then from here, let's lift those hips up. So we're coming into our first downward facing dog. You can pedal out your feet if that feels good in your body. Ears are in line with our upper arm bones. Use those core muscles to keep sending those hips up and back a little bit higher. We'll take a few more breaths here. And as you get settled and begin to find stillness, notice if your knees are bent or your heels are lifted, and acknowledge that that is okay. We are going for a nice long spine here, and that's what matters. One more full breath in, one more full breath out. Inhale, send your gaze to the space between your hands, and exhale, step your feet there, forward fold. Generous knee bend. Allow your low back to release. Long neck, release any tension in your neck. Maybe shake your head from side to side, no. On your next inhale, rise to half lift. So send your thighs towards the back wall. Slight lift in those sitting bones. Reach the crown of your head forward. Exhale, fold. Inhale one more time, rise to half lift. This time, see if you can start to slide your shoulder blades down on your back body, almost like you're trying to reach them back towards your hips. Full breath in here. Exhale, slight bend into those knees. And on your next inhale with this long spine, rise on up, sweep your arms up and overhead, extended mountain. Exhale, release your arms down by your side, mountain pose. Inhale, bring those arms back up overhead. Gaze can lift this time. And exhale, forward fold. Inhale, rise to half lift. And from here, we're going to cross our left ankle over our right. And on our exhale, fold at our hips. So if you have a generous knee bend here, that's okay. Notice if you feel this sensation more on one side than the other. Inhale, rise to half lift. Uncross those legs. Full breath in. And on your next exhale, cross that right ankle over the left and fold. Again, take a moment to notice where that sensation shifts in your body. On your next inhale, uncross those legs, rise to half lift. Slide those shoulder blades even further down towards your hips. Exhale, slight bend at those knees. Inhale with a tall spine, rise on up. Sweep your arms up and overhead, extended mountain. Exhale, release, mountain pose. From here, find a solid foot posture that helps you feel stable. And so you may have your toe mounds touching slight V at your heels, or maybe we have a similar foot position, but our feet are under our hip points. From here, begin to shift your weight into your right foot. And as you feel stable, either lift just your left heel or possibly your whole foot off the ground, bringing your left thigh parallel with the mat. We'll just take a moment to warm up our balance. Maybe find a drishti or a gazing point to help you keep your balance here a little bit more easily. One more full breath in. Fingertips are really sliding down towards the ground. And at the pace of your exhale, slowly step back. So slight bend in your right knee into a high lunge. So take a moment to get settled. Stack your right knee over your right ankle. Find some lifting through your back hamstring, back leg. And now sweep those arms up and overhead. Anjaneyasana, Crescent Lunge. Left heel is lifted over our left toe mound. Strong lower body so we can lift up off of our waist and hold lightness through our arms and upper chest. One more full breath in. Exhale, release your hands down towards the earth. Shift your weight forward just enough to slide your left foot in a few inches. Toes are going to pivot out about 45 degrees. Inhale, rise on up, warrior one. So again, take a moment to get settled. Make any adjustments that you need here to find the posture that feels best in your body. Right knee still stacked over our right ankle. But we're grounding our weight down evenly between our right toe mound and the pinky edge of our left foot. So if that means shifting your weight back a little bit to get that feeling in your body, feel free to do so. Maybe we pull that right hip crease back a little bit to align our hips. One more full breath in. Release that breath completely. And on your next inhale, begin to extend through your right leg. And exhale, fold at your hips. You can release your hands down towards your shin, maybe to a support surface or even down to the mat on our fingertips. Nice long spine. Imagine reaching your heart space forward and sending both of your sitting bones back towards the back wall. Gaze is straight down past our big toe. So nice long neutral neck. One more full breath in. Exhale, bend into that right knee. Inhale, rise on up, warrior one for just a moment. And then as you're ready, we begin to shift our weight forward. Step or drag your left foot to meet your right. And exhale, release your hands down by your side. You could consider closing your gaze down here if it feels good in your body, or keeping it open. Bring your awareness back to your breath if you've lost it a little bit. It's easy to do. From here, begin to shift your weight into your left foot. On your next inhale, lift your right heel or your entire right foot off of the ground. Find that balance, that stability in your body, using all the muscles of our left leg. One more full breath in. And exhale, slowly bend into that left knee and send your right foot back into a nice crescent lunge position. Inhale, sweep those arms up and overhead. Square those hips. You could even bring your hands to your hip points to help feel them both shining forwards. Our back leg is strong and straight. It's going to be our rudder here to help us keep our balance. Imagine pressing energy forward through your left shin while also pulling your left heel back towards the back of the room. That's going to help fire up our hamstring muscles a little bit more. One more full breath in. Exhale, plant those hands on the ground, shift your weight forward, step that right foot in just a few inches, right toes out 45 degrees, or facing towards the top right corner of the mat. Inhale, rise to warrior one. Take a moment to get settled here. Maybe we pull that left hip crease back to realign those hips. And again, we're sending energy forward through that left shin and pulling back on that left heel. We want to make sure that we strengthen opposing muscle groups because that's what's going to keep our joints, like our knee, the most stable. On your next inhale, extend through your left leg. And exhale, fold at those hips. Bring your hands wherever they feel most comfortable. But we want to keep a nice long spine. If you're feeling like you're starting to turn open to the right, pull your left thigh bone back into the hip socket. Nice long back of the neck. One more full breath in. Exhale, bend into the front knee. And inhale, rise on up for just one more moment in warrior one. Feel strength in this posture. And then as you're ready, shift your weight forward, step or drag your right foot to meet your left. And exhale, release down to mountain pose. If it feels good here, maybe take some shoulder rolls. You can nod your head, no from side to side, or yes, up and down. Come back to your breath. Inhale, sweep your arms up and overhead. Exhale, forward fold. Plant your hands, step your left foot back into a low lunge. Plant your left hand on the inside of your right foot, and then bring your right hand up to your right thigh. Inhale, nice long spine, strong and straight back leg. Exhale, begin to twist to the right. Inhale, you could extend your right arm up and overhead. Coming into this upper spine twist. We're shining our breastbone or our sternum towards the right wall. One more full breath in here. Exhale to release that breath completely. Then inhale, unwind, come back to your low lunge. Really check in with your left leg. Find that lifting through your hamstring. Our left heel is lifted over our left toe mound. And then on your next inhale, press it on up, rise to Crescent Lunge. Get settled in here for just a moment. We're building a little bit of heat, a little bit of strength in our low body. Full breath in. Exhale, begin to shift your weight forward. And inhale, we're going to rise on up, extend through your right leg. Bring your torso and your back leg parallel with the earth, warrior three. If your arms are feeling like by lifting them, you're losing your balance, feel free to come down to your support surface. Nice strong core, long neck. Take one more full breath in. Full exhale. Inhale, hinge at your hips, rise on up, extended mountain. Exhale, release those arms down to mountain pose. Take a moment here to come back to your breath. To bring your awareness to the different sensations that you may be feeling in your body. Maybe any differences that you're feeling between the right side and the left side. On your next inhale, sweep your arms up and overhead. Exhale, forward fold. Plant your hands, step your right foot back. We're going to find ourselves in this nice low lunge. So take a moment to get settled, then plant your right hand on the inside of your left foot. Left hand comes to your left thigh. On your next inhale, nice long spine. Reach the crown of your head forward. And exhale, begin to twist to the left. So we're trying to shine our sternum open towards the left side wall. On your next inhale, you can consider lifting that left arm, left shoulder stacked on top of the right. Left rib cage is reaching up towards the sky, while the right rib cage is kind of pointed down towards the ground. On your next breath in, unwind. Find that strength between your front and back leg. Really allow your back leg to be a rudder here. On your next inhale, rise on up to Crescent Lunge. Align those hips. Take a couple of deep breaths. Allow your body to feel a little uncomfortable, to build heat, create energy. Exhale, begin to send that weight forward. And inhale, rise on up into Warrior 3. So find opposition by reaching your fingertips towards the front of the room and pressing energy back through the sole of your right foot. And don't forget, if you're losing your balance, you can bring your hands down to blocks or to a support surface. Maybe consider just playing with lifting one or both arms. One more full breath in. One more full breath out. Inhale, hinge at those hips. Rise on up to extended mountain. Exhale, release, mountain pose. Come back to your breath. Bring that awareness back to your breath, the physical sensations of your body. And then we're all going to turn about a quarter turn to face the long edge of the mat. From here, come into a wide stance. And a wide stance is going to look different for everybody. The goal is that we can ground down through the pinky edges of both of our feet. So if your legs are so wide apart that you can't really ground down through those pinky edges, just step it on in a little bit. Bring your palms to touch. Interlock your fingers behind your back. Begin to reach your knuckles down towards the earth. Allow your shoulders to fall down away from your ears. Feel a little bit of stretching through your upper back, shoulders, maybe even a little bit into your neck. Full breath in here. Exhale, fold at your hips and allow your arms to come into the position that's most comfortable. So maybe your knuckles are reaching towards the back wall. Maybe your arms are falling in more of the direction of your head. And wherever you are, find some engagement. So press your knuckles into that direction, away from your body. Weights balanced over our arches. We'll take a couple more breaths here. One more full breath in. Exhale, release those hands down to the mat. Inhale, rise to a flat back. Exhale, begin to shift your weight over to the right. And as you send your hips there, bend into your right knee. Now you can stay up here if you're already feeling enough sensation through this left leg, inner groin area. Or if you're looking for a little more sensation, maybe turn your toes out 45 degrees. Press your right outer thigh back to keep that knee tracking in line with your toes, and maybe sink in a little bit deeper. You could rock onto your left heel, left toes pointed up towards the sky. Take a moment to get settled. You can keep your fingertips down. If you're looking for a little bit more in your body, you could bring your hands to heart center, or even extend your arms up and overhead. Whatever feels good for you. On your next inhale, bring it back to center. Turn both of those toes back forward. Half lift spine. Exhale, fold. Inhale back to that half lift spine. And then we're going to take it to the left. So begin to bend into that left knee and send your weight over to that side. Check in, and then find whatever position feels best in your body. Just make sure that your knee is staying over your toes, especially if you're choosing to lift your hands off of the mat. We want to keep our knees safe today. And if you do choose to lift your hands off the mat, you could bring them to hand center or extend them up and overhead. Let's take a full breath in, full breath out. Inhale, make your way back to that wide-legged stance, both toes pointed forward. Exhale, fold. Take a couple breaths here. Allow yourself to maybe fold a little bit deeper at your hips. On your next inhale, rise to half lift. Toe heel those feet in into a wide stance, about at your outer hip distance. From here, turn your toes out about 45 degrees. With your half lift back, begin to send your hips down. And keeping this nice tall spine, slowly send those sitting bones down into Malasana, or a low yogic squat, or a variation of Malasana. Hands can stay down on the earth, or if it feels good in your body, bring them to heart center here. You could even use your elbows to help press those knees open a little bit more. Nice long spine. Take a couple more breaths here. And as you're ready, plant those hands, make your way to seated. So from here, we're going to come into a single leg forward fold over that extended leg. And so if you, like me, have tighter hamstrings and just low back area in general, you may like to have a lift. Bringing your hips up a little bit higher than your knees or your ankle when it's extended is going to give you just a little bit more mobility, allow you to fold a little bit more comfortably. So from here, you may also want to have your strap or belt or hand towel handy. Begin to allow your body just to slow down for a moment. If you've lost that connection with your breath, take a moment to get it back. Sometimes yoga classes can feel very rushed, getting from one sequence to the next. But these nice personal practices at home, take your time. And as you're ready, we will extend our right leg long, keeping our left knee bent. You can bring the left sole of your foot in towards the inner lining of your right leg. Full breath in here, nice tall spine. Exhale, find just a gentle twist to send your sternum past your right big toe. And then inhale with another nice long spine. And exhale, if it's available in your body, fold at your hips. We'll be here for several breaths, so take a moment to get settled. If you'd like to use your prop, you can bring the strap to the bottom of your right foot at that toe mound. And then it's easier to keep your shoulder blades flat on your back body. It's also easier to kind of do that check-in of keeping a nice tall spine. When we don't have as much flexibility in our low back, it's really easy to just round into our body to try to not only fold, but stay upright. So use props to help you here. And then you can pull gently to send your heart space forward. So instead of drawing your nose towards your knee, imagine trying to draw your heart space towards your big toe. If you have a gentle bend in your right knee, that's just fine. Take one more full breath exchange here. Inhale, rise on up. I'm going to slowly make our way to the other side. So extend your left leg out first, and then bend into that right knee. From here, find your nice, tall, upright spine. When we say that, what we want to do is really create length between the vertebrae of our spine, so we have room to fold. So we have room to come into some of these more challenging postures. On your next exhale, slight twist just to bring your torso in line with your left foot. Full breath in here, ground down through both sitting bones, and exhale, fold. So check in with that left leg. If you'd like to use your strap, you can. Another option, if just sitting upright is just really challenging in your body, you can also do this on your back. So you can consider coming onto your back body, bringing that same strap around the bottom of your toe mound and extending your leg high. So you're welcome to do this as well. Just make sure that your head and shoulders are grounded down into the mat. But you're welcome to take that option as well. We'll just be here for a few more breaths wherever you are. Again, on our inhales, we're really finding length in our spine. And it's on our exhales that maybe we're pulling gently into that strap to send that heart a little bit closer to our toe mound. One more full breath exchange here. And then inhale, rise on up. You can set your strap off to the side. And we're going to come back to a comfortable seat. So you can keep your lift if it feels good. Our comfortable, easy seat is where we're crossed at our shins. On your next full breath in, sweep those arms up and overhead. And exhale, plant your left hand on your right knee. Right hand comes behind, gentle twist to the right. Take a few breaths in here. And use your exhales to find that engagement in your core and use that engagement to maybe twist a little bit deeper. Shoulders are still stacked over our hips. Let's take one more full breath in, one more full breath out. Inhale, rise on up, unwind. Take it to the other side. Inhale, sweep your arms up and overhead. And exhale, twist to the left. Notice that we still have this nice tall spine. Shoulder blades are flat on our back body. Shoulders are falling down away from our ears. Relaxed through the top of those shoulders. Inhale, unwind, come back to seated. Come back to your breath. Allow your mind to start to settle. Not necessarily clear, because that's a challenging feat for anyone, but just settle. Stack your shoulders over your hips, ears over your shoulders. On your next inhale, sweep those arms up and overhead, palms to touch. Exhale, bring your palms down to heart center. Thank you for sharing this practice with me today. Namaste.